Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair, Comics and Fantasy. Hey everybody, I'm AdamHarry from Bell Lost Souls with
Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
and we're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. Well, I guess technically this is your first one, right?
It is, yes, indeed.
Cool. Well, what did you bring to show off today?
I brought you Mission Red Planet. It's kind of a cool game where you're trying to get your astronauts on Mars and cultivate it and kind of get some good resources from it.
Sweet. So it's kind of like The Martian, but board game.
Yeah, it's a good tie-in, I could say. Yeah, for
A little late, but yeah. So what's the vibe of this game?
Yeah, it has a really good aesthetic to it. It's kind of very competitive, good for parties and whatnot. It's a good group game for it, yeah.
Sweet. And it looks kind of steampunky here. So
yeah, that's one of the
pretty
cool parts about it. It has a really cool design, very unique as well.
Awesome. Well, that said, let's take a look inside the box. Roll with it. All right, so let's take a look at the inside of the box real quick. Here's the back. Tons of stuff.
I'm gonna tell you everything that comes in the box too. Off the beat, you can see the pieces that come in and whatnot.
Oh yeah, we've got some punch outs. Have to. It's FFG.
FFG, of course.
Gotta have a million punch outs. It's cool. So Evan, this is your first one. Why don't you do the honor, sir?
Thank you very much.
There's the Exacto. Go to town.
Be very careful with this.
That's right. Of course, FFG, tons of stuff. I'm expecting this game to have a lot of really high quality components.
Yeah,
FFG always does a good job. So
yeah, even though you can kind of make fun of them for having so many pieces, they're nice and it's great.
Yeah.
And it definitely works out for the game. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
There you go. Red Planet. You try to open that up though.
All right.
This is my favorite
Shake it
part.
out.
When you try to open the box and
Oh,
it's
no.
stuck.
There we go. All right. So
Hey.
off the bat. Of course, you get your Fantasy Flight, little pamphlet tells you what games are coming out and what.
Awesome
are,
rule
yeah.
book, and we'll flip through this here in a second, but full color as you can see. So not a ton of rules, but that's not a bad sign.
And here's the punch outs. These are the resources you're vying for, the points you get from them. And you can see
Part of the board.
part of Mars as well, and the void where your guys die, and the Phobos, which is the moon of Mars. So,
Right.
and that's where you can
Little
get stranded
egg-shaped
on.
moon,
Yeah,
yeah.
and stuff like that. These are the cool part. These are your astronauts. Come in different colors, of course. They're little guys. You get little flags with them.
I love the fact that they're already in bags.
Yeah,
I
for
know
sure.
that's-
You don't have to get bags for them.
It's something
Yeah.
stupid to say, but like, how many board games have you opened up and there's just parts everywhere, but now they already include the bag?
Yeah, very
Thank
nice.
you, FFG.
And you have your choice of purple, blue, green, gray, orange, and yellow.
So we have up to 6 players, it looks like.
Yes, 6 players total.
We have a little deck here.
This is actually, these are the missions and discoveries. You can find them and whatnot. They'll add different aspects to the game and
Sure, extra
change-
points
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
for sure. Mhm.
This is for a dial of some sort. I'm
Yes, so
guessing.
that's gonna be a turn dial. I don't know where it is. I guess it's in the punch out. But this is gonna be your characters and your rockets.
Okay.
And actually, if we want to open this
While
up.
you're opening that up too, just to show, this is the last bit of the box. So they have this nice little cardboard divider. I like keeping that around because you can put your decks and stuff like that. So let me move this out of the way and we'll take a look at some of the cards in the deck.
So these are your rockets, and how it works out is in the punch out there's a bay, and you kind of put them in the bay, and it's a really cool aesthetic to it. And on the rockets themselves, it tells you the destination they're going to,
Okay.
and then how many astronauts are on the rocket before it launches. And of course,
And
there's
back to the
abilities that can launch the rocket prematurely.
Okay, so this little section here corresponds, if you look on the map, these have sections of Mars. So that's where that is typically.
Yeah, and it'll
Okay.
tell you the name and also the section because you don't want to memorize the names and where they are.
Sure.
Now, how the game plays is you get to choose your character during your turn. There's 9 different ones, if I believe.
Okay.
Yes, 9 different
So
ones.
this one here, the femme
Yeah,
fatale,
for instance.
just to show
yeah.
off.
Each character does a different ability, and you can only use them once until you use your 9th guy,
Okay.
which is the recruiter, and you can get all your guys back. But it just goes in turn. The person with the highest number that they played goes first. So if you played a 9, you're going to be one of the first ones. And then down to number 1, which is the pilot.
Okay.
They do different abilities. Like, for instance, the travel agent, you can put 3 people on a rocket.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very nice, very cool.
Oh, so these are decks, these are for each player then?
Yes, yeah, this is actually going to be your hand right
This
here.
looks like the yellow player.
Yes,
Okay.
yellow player, and then you can see the green one has a different.
Oh, the
border.
borders
Yeah.
are slightly different. Okay.
And yeah, so you have this very small hand, and you go in turn. You play a secret card. So let's say you want to play.
Explorer.
Yeah, the Explorer, for instance. You would flip that over and play it.
Okay.
And then a person would go down the number starting at 9 and say, does anyone have 9? Does anyone have 8?
Okay.
If you had 8, you flip it, and that's the character you play.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's a lot of fun, and yeah.
What else do we have in the decks here? We've got obviously all of the different player cards
Yeah, for
here.
sure.
And then there's some of these extra
There's
rockets.
more rockets. This is cool too. If you ever get one of these rockets, you get to choose the destination it goes to.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't get to choose how many people are on the rocket before it leaves.
That's
but
still
you do.
static.
Yeah. So for instance, if you didn't have any rockets that are going to this destination, you could choose one for them. Yeah.
Very cool. So this is a pretty fast game. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's hop out for a really fast recap. Wait a second. Before we go to the recap, Red Planet rules.
Yeah, and the nice thing is they're not like it's not a book. It's a nice little pamphlet.
It's 8-page pamphlet.
Yeah, it's very simple, very easy to get to. Color, everything, and it's very simple. It's not a complicated game at all. It's no Twilight Imperium. So,
Which there's times for those games.
oh no, it's a wonderful game.
Yeah, but this looks pretty kid friendly, fairly simple, good family game, one game night. So definitely recommend that. So full colors.
It tells you the
Nice
layout.
breakdown.
You'll have the Mars at the middle of the out, and then you have the moon that goes around it. So it's a very cool game.
Yeah, and again, it's FFG, so if you played any of their other board games, you know it's high quality, you know the rules are going to be really tight, really consistent, and it's just going to be very playable, very simple to get into.
Yes.
So, all right, now we can jump to that recap. So to recap again, this is Mission Red Planet from Fantasy Flight Games.
And it's going to be $49.95, which is a really good price for the replay value.
Oh yeah, I mean just all the randomness to it and the cool
for
stuff
sure.
that can happen throughout the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see this being a really fun strategy game. Again, was it 2 to 6 players?
Yes, 2 to 6 players. Good for little groups, good for parties.
I believe the playtime on it was about an hour?
Yeah, it runs about an hour. I usually play around 45 to 50 minutes, so yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, so go check it out. It's in stores right now.
Right now, yeah.
Very cool. Well, this has been another Tabletop Spotlight, and I'm AdamHarry from Bell Lost Souls.
And I'm Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And thanks for watching. Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.